a little bit unlucky as well over in the Hong Kong Cup. Bob Baffert, the legendary American trainer, doubly represented here with McKinsey, who's won the Whitney, been second in the Awesome Again and the Breeders' Cup Classic, the winner of 13 of its 14 starts, including 4 Group 1 races. Bob Baffert well represented in this. He's also got Mucho Gusto, who's a good winner of late. Irad Ortiz on board. Mucho Gusto coming here on the back of his win in the Pegasus World Cup, which as a race has always carried a great purse, but dwarfed by the money on offer here this evening for the inaugural running of the Saudi Cup. So the runners on the dirt start about to head down to the start for our feature race of the 2-day meeting. And our race caller standing by is Richard Hoyles.
Thank you, Martin. Yes, the runners on their way down. $20 million, the biggest purse ever run for in horse racing history, brings to a close the card this evening. The Saudi Cup runners on their way down. Point out Mucho Gusto in the black cap, just getting given a little bit of a hit out in front of the stands on the way to post by Irad Ortiz. So a black cap on number 10, Mucho Gusto. The red cap is on Great Scott, and the white cap on the grey, MJ Jack, winner of the Custodian of the Two Holy Mosques, which got him an automatic entry into this race. And also point out he is now ridden by Adel Al-Faradi. One of the greys there, Tacitus, moving forward, just past us for Jose Lescano, representing Bill Mott and Juddmonte. Juddmonte been so successful around the world, and Bill, of course, the winner of the inaugural Dubai World Cup with Cigar back in 1996, and now 24 years later lines up with another leading chance here on one of the very strong American challenges. Magic Wand in the all-blue cap, the blue jacket with the orange disc we have seen in the Derby, a horse from Europe run well on this surface. It's renowned as being pretty kind, and there, ears up, a hashtag by which Midnight Bisou is known by her many fans. She taking on the Colts for the first time this evening. Mike Smith taking the might for Steve Asmussen. Midnight Bisou, colours of Bloom Racing, and on the way down towards the start. There on the big screen is Maximum Security, running in the Tabor colours here this evening. Mount of Luis Saez, horse that up until this point is remembered for a race he lost. Was he to win tonight, he'll be remembered for a race that he's won. Maximum Security for Jason Service and the mount of Luis Saez. So they will take a turn. You can see they're just pulling up into the back straight. They'll then swing right-handed and head on the 300 metres that arraigns the journey towards the start. 1,800 metres, 9 furlongs, a mile and a furlong for the Saudi Cup. And the runners are on their way down towards the start. McKinsey is there as well. Most of the runners seeming to handle things pretty well at the moment. No sign of anything getting too worked up. Ponies accompanying a lot of the American runners now, having stretched their legs round the corner. MJ Jack, the grey, and there you can see one of the things that will make this a particularly fair race, hopefully. 1,800 metres, 1 turn, modelled on Belmont Park, and that long, long run to the solitary bend. Most of the Americans, a reminder, at the barrier draw came out in the centre. McKinsey in stall 9, Mucho Gusto in stall 8, Midnight Bisou in stall 6, and Maximum Security in stall 7. Must ignore the likes of Chrysaberyl and Gold Dream representing Japan, who've tasted great success internationally around the world in the last 2 years or so, and have already been on the card here this evening. And there on the big screen is McKinsey in Mike Pegram's red and yellow colours with the MP in the centre of that circle. Joel Rosario, one of the 2 Bob Baffert runners. So runners on their way down towards the start. Midnight Bisou just being kept nice and calm by Mike Smith, accompanying the pony to the start. And the runners are now within the vicinity of the start for the inaugural Saudi Cup.
Well, pictures there of the packed stands here this evening. Everyone standing by to witness the inaugural running of this Saudi Cup. Ben Battle leading them down to the start for Rasheen Murphy and Syed bin Saror. A horse who showed that his run behind Winks was no fluke when he came back to the United Kingdom and won by a handsome margin at Newmarket. And a very stylish winner on his dirt debut. There is Chris Beryl, who's come across from Japan, has got an unbeaten record of 6 starts and 6 wins. He could well make his presence felt this evening. Where the limit lies with this horse remains to be seen. Drawn here in stall 10, carrying the colours of Hugh Carrot Farm with Christophe Soumillon on board. That is horse number 3, one of 2 in the race for Japan. The first of the runners are now down towards the stalls. That horse won the Champions Cup, Chris Beryl, in 2019, beating the previous year's winner, Gold Dream. Gold Dream does in fact line up here once again tonight in the colours of Katsumi Yoshida, a 7-year-old colt by Gold Allure. Not much between them based on their run in the Champions Cup. Gold Dream drawn in stall 1, Chris Beryl out in stall 10. Local interest coming with this great Scot, formerly trained by Tom Daskett, a horse who won the Superior Mile at Haydock last time we saw him. He left the United Kingdom with a rating of 112 following that Group 3 success at Haydock last September. He comes on to dirt for the first time tonight. That's number 5, Great Scott. Gronkowski is very much an interesting horse. Got some very good form over in Dubai, but he was in behind Ben Battle when they clashed recently in the Al Maktoum Challenge. But that was his first run since the Dubai World Cup last year. He finished 3rd on that occasion, staying on quite nicely in the closing stages. He could strip much fitter tonight. Maximum Security, he's the interesting one really for the Americans. Bob Baffert, the trainer's got 2 in here, but Maximum Security for Jason Service. Louis Say's on board, a horse who's been first past the post at 8 of his 9 starts. That controversial, of course, result in the Kentucky Derby. And he took the Cigar Mile. Comes here a fresh horse, having missed the Breeders' Cup Classic. But the runners are down at the start. We can head back to Richard Hoyles to call them home in this. In what, Richard, I'd be surprised if we see a stronger race over this distance on the dirt throughout 2020.
Yeah, definitely, Martin. The Saudi Cup been a terrific success in attracting the best around the globe, who are now behind the stalls here at King Abdullah Aziz racetrack here in Riyadh. And the runners will shortly be loaded into the stalls. Expect a little bit of early pace from North America, who tends to go forward. We'll be jumping out of stall number 4. And it'll be interesting to see how the Americans all line up. They're all drawn pretty close to each other. Midnight Bisou and Tacitus often come from a little bit further back than a few of the others. Chris Beryl and Gold Dream. Gold Dream drawn in stall 1. Normally that means a go forward strategy to avoid getting the kickback, but as we've seen all night, you can close on this track down the outside. And the first of the runners about to be led forward then. First one into the stalls is going to be Capizano into stall 13, Mikel Barcelona. Capizano, first one in. Gronkowski moving forward. Gronkowski for Frankie Dettori, going into stall number 5. Second in a Dubai World Cup. Ben Battle about to move in as well. Ben Battle with the aid of the Rug to Aid Stalls entry. Oisin Murphy, Ben Battle, been right around the world competing at the highest level and showed he handled dirt in Dubai last time. Could well be Dubai World Cup bound after this, as indeed could plenty of them. Stall 6, Midnight Bisou has gone in there. Chris Beryl will be next in. Going forward into stall 10. Maximum Security, reminder, in the blue and orange colours tonight with a striped cap. So we're down to about the last 2 or 3. Great Scott has just moved in. The all-red colours. Still got a couple out the back. They include Mucho Gusto, wearing the black cap. Irad Ortiz moves in. Also with the noseband, moving forward. North America, another one to head into line. Gronkowski is the one that is out of line. And Gronkowski, who will be going into stall number 5, looks like completing the lineup for the inaugural Saudi Cup $20 million, the biggest purse ever competed for anywhere in the world, will be distributed amongst 10 of the runners. As last of the 14, Gronkowski just keeps them waiting. Aid of a blindfold to load into the starting stalls. And Gronkowski is straightened up by Frankie Dettori. And he's in the gate. So we're all set for the Saudi Cup. The field are poised. Flag is raised by the starter, and they're off and racing for the inaugural Saudi Cup. Bit slow way on the inside, Gold Dream jumping out alertly. Mucho Gusto is swift on the speed, and Maximum Security is sent forward as well. Magic One not too far away, and here is North America up the inside. So it's North America, Mucho Gusto in the black cap, and Capizzano out wide as they race through the first couple of 100 metres, and now join the racecourse proper. They're being tracked through in fourth place towards the inside by Ben Battle, pushed along to try and keep in touch with the speed. At this stage is Gronkowski for Frankie Dettori in fifth. Magic Wand is in sixth. At this stage, McKinsey is racing in midfield in seventh or eighth place alongside Tacitus as they make their way down the back straight. Midnight Bisou quite well back with MJ Jack as the pace just begins to steady down. Gold Dream is also towards the tail of the field, so out in front, Mucho Gusto in the black cap presses on with things. On the running rail, Capizano for Mikel Barcelona. In third on the outside, Maximum Security being ridden along. North America comes next. Magic Wand and Ben Battle flank Gronkowski. Then just behind these, Chris Aberrell trying to improve. Midnight Bisou is a long way back, sticking to the inside at the moment. Tacitus the Grey is making good progress now as Mucho Gusto leads them with 500 to run. And out in front, Mucho Gusto turns for home in the Saudi Cup, being pursued by Maximum Security. Then Ben Battle is in third place. Gold Dream is staying on. Then Tacitus and Magic Wand. Mucho Gusto has the lead for Bob Baffert, leading by a couple of lengths. Ben Battle, Gold Dream all the time. Midnight Bisou running on strongly up the inside running rail, and now trying to challenge Maximum Security as well. Mucho Gusto clinging to the lead. Maximum Security and Midnight Bisou closing. Midnight Security on the inside. Maximum Security has the lead narrowly for Midnight Bisou. Maximum Security is the winner of the inaugural Saudi Cup. The horse that will be remembered for a race he lost will now be remembered for a race he won. A punch of the air. Maximum Security, Louis Sayers, Midnight Bisou came past the entire field bar one, and that one was Maximum Security. Mucho Gusto in third place as they all bunched up in the closing stages. Tacitus came home strongly as well, but Maximum Security beat Midnight Bisou into second. Ben Battle and Mucho Gusto heads apart. Ben Battle prevents a clean sweep for America because in fifth place is Tacitus. Gold Dream is in sixth, and then Chris Aberrell, who never landed a blow, with MJ Jack. Maximum Security is the winner of the world's most valuable horse race for Jason Service. What a story in the hands of Louis Sayers.
the Saudi Cup has produced a thrilling finish. Finishing to great effect up the inside was the mare Midnight Bisou, but the win goes the way of America. In the colours of John Magner, Michael Tabor and Derek Smith, a horse who's been first past the post now in 9 of his 10 career starts. He passed the post first with the Kentucky Derby. He was disqualified and placed 17th. Since then, though, he's not looked back. The Haskell Invitational and the Cigar Mile have gone his way of late. Trained by John Service, this 4-year-old, by New Year's Day, ridden by Louis Sayers, has come home in front, surging late in the day and returning to the winners' enclosure here at King Abdulaziz Racecourse. Would you please, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and congratulate the winner of the inaugural Saudi Cup, Maximum Security.